Hi there guys, I hope you have had a good day. Now, Mark Breland has released a statement about what has happened between him and Wilder, and the situation after the Tyson Fury rematch. This is Mark Breland's statement. Anyone who really knows me knows I would not go back and forth with anyone unless it was in the ring. I've been in boxing since I was 8 years old, so I didn't give a big portion of my life to the sport. I dedicated my entire life to this sport, but I have never seen the things I'm seeing now. In all those years, I'm only on social media because of my girl. We went somewhere and there was a picture of me and she said, "This is the reasons why you need social media in this day and time." She said there are people who have deep admiration for you and social media is a way to give them some access to you. She asks me all the time if I'm tired of it. Do I want to go back to life without it? I always say no, because the amount of support, love and gratitude I get lets me know all of the hard work that I have put into my career was worth it. I looked at and read thousands of videos, texts and comments, and I would put up 1,000 of them if I could, because so many of them were 100, but I can't. But I do have a file for all of them that moved me. I thank all of you for your words. Let me add this last. The Twitter pic that's out there is not from me. It is not how I speak. There is nothing funny about this show that's going on. Stay well, and I'm still standing. So, very precise and very wise words from Mark Breland. He's clearly taking the high road. He's not said anything directly to Deontay Wilder, and he shouldn't. He should not bring himself down to that level. Mark Breland will move on. The problem is Wilder has created this stigma about him now, while searching for excuses for himself, and the reasons why he lost that Tyson Fury fight. What he has inadvertently done, or probably consciously done, is made it difficult for Mark Breland to get any work in boxing again, because other fighters, whether they agree with that or not, what Deontay Wilder has said, will still have that preconceived perception of Mark Breland, and that will be there continuously. It never goes away. So he has made it difficult for Mark Breland, but still, Mark Breland is being humble and respectful, and he is not digging out Deontay Wilder for saying all of those things. He's clearly just taking the high road, which just shows that Mark Breland was clearly a valuable member of Deontay Wilder's team, a valuable member that is no longer there, replaced apparently by Malik Scott. So there are yes men in Deontay Wilder's corner. There was one person who would tell him how it is. That was Mark Breland. He is now gone. So all Wilder is left with is yes men at this point. And I think we can all echo what Mark Breland is saying when he says that he's never seen anything like this. We've never seen anything like this. The excuses and conspiracy theories, they are on another level to what we have seen before. And in my opinion, Mark Breland is actually better off out of that. And he is well respected, so he doesn't really want to be a part of Deontay Wilder's team anyway. It's probably better that he isn't. That works better for Mark Breland, because at the moment I cannot see how anyone would want to be associated with Deontay Wilder at this point. It's just embarrassing, all of the comments that he has made. So Mark Breland has clearly moved on from this situation. In that statement you can see maybe it hasn't been easy, because he's given his whole life to the sport. It's not just a job to him. That is the problem. It's not a job to him. Many team members of Wilder, it is a job. But for Mark Breland, he's been in boxing since he was 8 years old, as he explained. So it's a lifestyle, not a job. That is the clear difference when you look at boxers and those who are in it just for the money, those who love the sport, and those who are there for a pay package. Do you think that Rob McCracken is training Anthony Joshua for the money? Yes, of course he gets paid, but that is not the reason why he is there. Sugar Hill, do you think he's there for the money with Tyson Fury? No. He's there because he loves the sport of boxing, and he's there with an elite level fighter that he wants to help flourish. That is the clear difference between the teams of the top heavyweights. Deontay Wilder has a team of yes men, and Mark Breland was the only one with that voice of reason. He has now gone. And most of those in boxing will stand by Mark Breland because they know that he is the one in the right. Why would he ever do anything like what Deontay Wilder is explaining? He was never on Team Fury or anything like that. He was on Team Wilder, and the only one in the camp who truly was Team Wilder, because he saved Wilder for another day. 10 years down the line, Wilder will be thanking Mark Breland for making that decision on that night. when no one else in the corner had the courage or integrity to do so, because he saved Wilder to fight for another day, or maybe not, dependent upon what Wilder decides to do after this point. But still, Mark Breland's intentions were whole. The reason why he done what he done is because he's seen where the fight was going. He's been there before. He's seen many fights go that way before. I mean, can you say Jay Diaz believed the same? Did he know what was happening in that ring? He said after the fight, Deontay Wilder is an extremely concussive knockout puncher, so there was always a chance. There was no chance beyond that point, because the problem is Wilder was too fatigued at that point to land the punch. Yeah, the last thing you lose is your power. That is what they were spinning in that post-fight press conference, but that wasn't it. Wilder was a million miles away from landing that punch. That lucky punch that he always lands wasn't going to. He was going to get hurt, and Mark Breland was the only one with the integrity to save him, to stop the fight so that Wilder didn't have to take more of a beating. And that is why Mark Breland can now walk away and say that he done the right thing by his fighter and also by himself, because he could not stand by and allow Wilder to go through that. Someone who, for whatever reason, he cared about and was loyal to, he would not allow him to go through that in the ring with Tyson Fury. So he put a stop to it before it got to that point, and it took someone incredibly brave to do that, to go against all of the team and to go against Wilder himself, to do what is best for his fighter. Yes, it has cost him his position in Team Wilder, and of course that is regretful, but he does not regret, and he cannot regret, the decision he made on that night, because it was the right one. Listen to everyone in boxing. Everyone says that it was the right decision. He'd done the right thing. Otherwise, why would he have this kind of support? Wilder fans and Wilder himself, Wilder's team, they believe it was the wrong decision. But then again, they are all yes men. So do you listen to the yes men, or do you listen to those in boxing? And given that, Mark Breland is in a good position because everyone supports him on his decisions to save his man for another day, to do the right thing. Mark Breland has received a lot of support from many fighters and many trainers also in boxing who say he done the right thing at that time. They would have done the same thing. So Mark Breland can walk away and move forwards in the sport of boxing. Whether he wants to return and do some training with other fighters, hopefully he is able to do that, and someone does give him that opportunity, because these conspiracy theories, hopefully all of those in boxing, fighters who are looking for someone with the experience and wealth of knowledge of Mark Breland, hopefully they understand that they are just ludicrous conspiracy theories. At the end of the day, that is all they are. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.